and welcome to yet another episode of 20,000 Leagues Under the Internet. I am your fucking captain this week. My name is John. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to my co-hosts, Kyle and Harlan.
Hi.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling
better,
somewhat refreshed after a week sabbatical, let's call it, on the couch.
I was gonna say, refreshed is not the descriptor I would use for getting over COVID, but
yeah.
Hey, hell yeah.
Irritated, I think, is more than anything else. But that's fine. Yeah, but I'm back. I'm here. I'm a couple pounds lighter, thanks COVID.
Fuck yeah. So there are upsides to getting COVID.
The upsides are just the scale going down.
You literally don't use your muscles at all, so that's cool because you can't. And then most of your diet is soup and water. So
now I've found that when you don't do anything for several days in a row, that for me personally, my back immediately starts to hurt because it's atrophied, which happened to me. I took a 3-day weekend. And then I had to call out and not go to work on the 4th day because I woke up and was like, well, 4-day weekend, kind of.
God didn't even rest till the 7th day, but you rest on the 4th.
I rest.
I like that.
Yeah, but I'm forced to rest on the 4th.
Well, you didn't realize that your back put in PTO for 4 days.
Yeah, exactly. It knew.
There's also this whole thing of like, before there was light, how does anyone know how long a day was? So God could have been like busting his ass for like years and considered it one day.
Dude, that
long time.
just blew my fucking mind. You know, Kyle often does this, or he just drops little nuggets like they're just like, you know.
He does. You do. You constantly come in with brain breakers.
You can do this shit.
Okay.
Hey, did you guys ever think about how the tide is just the earth kind of fucking moving? Like, no, I didn't, Harlan.
No, I thought it was the water moving.
Thanks for ruining my fucking weekend.
Yeah, I want to go home and cry in the shower.
Well, you don't think about it when you're the one doing it, right? There have been so many times where Kyle has just nonchalantly been like, yeah, you ever think about that? Like, no, I've never thought about what time was like before light existed. Huh? Fuck, dude.
Well, when you put it like that, yeah, that does suck. John, you said something while we were talking about having the old COVID over the last week that I was thinking about earlier today. You said something along the lines of nothing more American than spending your 4th of July inside and unable to do anything. And I actually thought the more American thing to do is have COVID, not tell anyone, and go to the barbecue anyways. And
you're absolutely right.
And get everyone totally sick. That's way more American than the responsible thing you did this 4th of July.
Love it or leave it, fucker. Here's my COVID.
Yeah. Showing up to the barbecue, cracking an ice cold Bud Light, asking for a hot dog, putting your hand in the communal chips, and saying,
double dipping.
I just tested positive a couple days ago.
Which is basically how you got COVID, I think, right? Essentially, John.
Basically. Yeah. It was a dirty bag of Ruffles.
So now you have to pay it forward.
The new great American tradition is secretly giving COVID to your best friends.
Yeah. It's like, you don't know this right now, but I'm giving you a vacation.
You're welcome. Thank me later when you're 10 pounds lighter and work free for a week. You're welcome.
Sorry for the pain and suffering.
Do you guys want to go to the market? Not the wet market, a different kind of market.
Okay.
A market of ads.
Whole Foods?
Are you guys talking about the GME stock split today?
No.
Oh, not Market Watch then. Got it. Keep going.
No, it is Market Watch. It's not the wet market, though. I'm realizing now how confusing calling this segment Market Watch is when we call Catch of the Week the wet market. Did you guys come up with a new segment
while I was gone?
No. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what
he's doing. This is Market Watch, bitches.
I don't know what this is.
So
like Baywatch, but for nerdy things? I don't know.
No, it's where I found a weird internet promotion by a brand, and they did a weird thing.
Fuck, just keep it in this. Why rebrand a whole segment for a slightly different topic? Just keep it in the shit.
So you guys are familiar with Pringles, right? The wafer
ball snack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I love them.
they had an internet promotion where they would pay you $25,000 to work as an NPC in a video game.
Ooh.
And you had to apply via vending machine they set up at like some promotional event.
Fucking what?
Wait, so the vending machine?
This is, oh my god, this is like an actual job that people want. That, I mean, let's be frank, both Kyle and I would love to have.
Yeah. Voice acting.
Yeah. And they're telling you to go to a goddamn vending machine?
Yeah, so they did two things. There was like an actual vending machine, and then they did like a Pringles hashtag thing where you would essentially send in like a reel of you doing something, and it was hashtag Pringles stay in the game.
Wow.
And let's see, yeah, so a game in the a non-playable character refilling Pringles vending machines. This ad from Muse by Cleo, which is like it's a marketing website that talks about all this stuff. They say, think free guy, but add $20,000 to your bank account. The winner will appear in Train Sim World, a train simulation game available via Xbox Game Pass. So if you had your hopes up that it was going to be like Call of Duty or modern or whatever
it's Farm Simulator 3.
Exactly. It's just a fucking sim game, which by the way might be an entire
chop these potatoes up and get them canned up for the Pringles factory.
Kyle, you're getting ahead of me. I want each of us to do our best NPC in a farming game now. Starting with Harlan, I would like to start here. Give me your best. I'm the main character walking down, and I've just walked past your row.
Okay, I'm just like getting into character, which John, I don't want this to piss you off. Just give me a second.
Go ahead. I want you to do it.
I must pick all of the beets. All of the beets are ready to be picked today.
That's good. All right. Kyle, are you ready?
Yep.
Action.
Hi! Have you been to the library? There's a lot of good reading in the library. Sometimes I like to go there and just stick my nose in a book and just get lost in the words. See you at the library.
Wait, what does the library have to do with a farm simulator?
Yeah.
If you've played Stardew Valley or any of the Harvest Moon games, you will know.
Okay,
the library is important.
There's always a library.
I was thinking literally like one of those simulator games where you you drive around a fucking combine. And that's what we're doing. I didn't know we were going to have a whole backstory before we get to the combine.
Okay, here.
I'll do the same sort of thing.
I'll do another one.
Okay, ready? Action.
Hi! Just here to collect your potatoes.
Perfect.
Short and sweet.
Absolutely nailed it. That was really what I was looking for. Thank you.
I think mine went on a little too long. John, do you want to give it a go?
Sure. Hold on.
All right, lights, sound, speed, sound, quiet on set.
Speed.
Action.
Wow, this basket's already full.
Incredible. Wow. You put a little lilt in the voice. Incredible.
Oh my god. I just came out of it. I gotta shake it off.
Okay, nice. That was a very Jebediah kind of feel. I liked it.
Well done, guys.
It was subtle.
I think we could take it.
So with the whole Pringles thing,
what if we all get hired right now? Right off that.
Pringles.
That's it.
I'm adding keywords in the hashtag Pringles stay in the game to this episode for sure.
Yeah.
Just to see what happens.
Timestamps.
So there were 50 finalists that were going to be selected, and the winning entry would have their likeness 3D modeled and reproduced for the September role in Train Sim World, which I'm worried about the whole having your likeness 3D modeled, because do they then have the rights to your face? Because that's a thing that happens, and they could probably just continue to use it.
I mean, everyone kind of has the rights to your face now through one social media app or another.
Right.
It's done.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's done, dudes. May as well give them to Pringles and make it delicious.
Yeah, fuck Amazon and Facebook. Giving in to Pringles is like, well, at least it's for a good cause.
The mustache intensifies. I just imagine like the Pringles logo just getting bigger.
It's for a salty snack. I will do that.
I'll allow it.
So there was a talking vending machine that came to the green in Box Part Shoreditch, which was in, I assume that sounds super British, in England somewhere, to interview humans IRL. I'm reading this from the article, by the way. That's how they said this. More than 100 people applied for the NPC job. The vending machine was voiced by comedian Ian Smith. So I don't know how any of that really worked. If it was like a pre-recorded thing, it must have been. There were also a series of videos that featured NPC players sounding off about being unable to apply for the Pringles gig. So it's like 5 videos.
Like actual or pre-existing NPCs.
So yeah, NPCs that they essentially use like the what we use Peter's voice. It's essentially Peter's voice.
Got it.
And it's like shitty graphic animated people like sitting on a train, and it's like their inner monologue in some of them. One of them says another is grappling with the realization that his mother is actually a 22-year-old coder named Darren. Quote, this is from the NPC in the video.
Oh my God.
You may have given me life, Darren, but you have taken away my soul.
Have you ever been lied to by your own mother? I have. She used to tell me I was her son. But today I found out I'm not. Because when I applied to become the Pringles vending machine filling NPC, they told me it was only open to humans. I said, I am human. They laughed. They told me that was impossible and that my mother wasn't my mother, and is actually a computer coder called Darren, who is a 22-year-old guy on work placement. It properly bugged me out. I thought I was 46, but I am not. I can't age. I can't even move my hands. I'm just a representation of a human, told where to sit. Now it makes sense why I've never felt happiness, never been in love, and never smelt the morning air. You may have given me life, Darren, but you have taken away my soul.
It's Pringles. What's happening?
So weird.
Pringles, fucking lighten up. All right, guys. Like, this is dark.
It's so bizarre. So they did this big push, and these videos are out there. I looked at the hashtag, and there's like 300 and something posts using the hashtag. But when you click on it, there's only like maybe 2 pages of content using the hashtag. So I don't know where the other 310 posts are. There's only really one funny one where someone did a full-on like sketch, and he's like falling in love with a Pringles can, and like that's his pitch to be in it. Everybody else is just holding a Pringles can, but
and he didn't win.
I don't know. It's still ongoing, I believe. I just saw this.
So we are winning. That's right.
We are winning. We are in the running. For talking about this for the next 20 minutes, or last 20 minutes or whatever it's been.
Can someone just remind me that next week I'm doing wet market watch, because I have one.
I don't like that one.
Wet market
That's
watch?
the one I don't like. I'm not okay with that one. It sounds
I'm trying to
perverted.
rebrand it to what mine is about. I think it makes more sense to call what I'm going to talk about as wet market watch. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay, God damn.
Just remind me that I'm doing this next week.
Absolutely
You
not
guys
reminding you.
You guys did this. We had a fine thing going where it was catch of the week. It was playful, on brand.
It's too catchy.
You had to fuck it up.
John, it's 2 on the nose.
Whatever. I've still been dropping that fish. No matter what we say, I still drop that fucking fish soundbite in the thing.
Yeah. So,
Catch of the week.
So that was
boy.
Market Watch. Go use the hashtag Pringles stay in the game and audition to be an NPC that's having a fucking midlife crisis, I guess. I don't know what these NPCs deal is.
And if you're watching this on YouTube right now, vote for your favorite. Vote 1 for John. Vote 2 for Kyle. Vote 3 for Harlan.
Yeah, sound off in the comments who you think did the
please.
best. What was it? Farm NPC?
Click the link below.
Yeah,
and remember the spirit of the thing, which is, I feel like a sack of potatoes.
I'm a sack of potatoes. I'm the human embodiment of a sack of potatoes. That's gonna be fun to try and Photoshop.
Just a bunch of potatoes making a man, like Megatron or Megazoid. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, you're setting me up for a wonderful segue here.
Great.
Speaking of images that you wouldn't have to create if you used this particular product, we're going to talk about Dall-E today.
Yeah.
The AI generating image nonsense. Let's go. Let's dive in.
Let's fucking
Cue
go.
the fuck-
Let's fucking
cue the fucking
go.
Cue the fucking bubbles. I'm very excited. So I started researching this. First of all, I immediately signed up for Dall-E's waiting list when this came out. I think probably 2 months ago at this point, 3 months ago. I don't remember it when I first heard about Dall-E, but I really wanted to get on the list. And so somebody sent it to me, one of my friends in the design community, and I was like, yes, absolutely, I want to do this. This sounds ridiculous and crazy. I have not yet been accepted into this, but doing this research, I found out very few people have, so it makes me feel better.
Well,
what if you like spiraled into like a deep, like insecure, like,
oh my gosh,
why did they pick me? Why did they choose me?
Oh God,
Yeah.
it's Farm Simulator all over again.
Yes, exactly. I feel like we probably all have like a mini idea of what Dall-E is, but I'm gonna just kind of jump into it a little bit more, just because we will lead into Dall-E Mini.
Okay,
later on
that's
in
what
our-
I've been seeing more of.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a reason behind that, but I think like the things that got us there are far more interesting than what Dall-E Mini has given us, although fantastic.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yes.
John, I don't know. Have you seen the amount of memes, the sheer quantity of them?
Yes, I have.
Because it's
Yes,
so
yes, I
easy,
have.
so fresh and so clean.
But Dall-E was given to us by a company called OpenAI, which is actually founded here in San Francisco back in 2015, which was originally a nonprofit.
You
Go
know,
ahead.
I always forget sometimes. We often, John especially, you like to cite Jurassic Park. I like to cite Skynet.
Mm-hmm.
I often forget how much.
What do I
of-
like to cite? What do I cite?
I don't know. I'm not talking
Dune.
about. Yeah, Dune.
for no reason, Just nothing relating to the podcast.
I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer.
But I
Exactly.
often forget how much of this stuff originates literally within our backyard in San Francisco. And
Yeah.
it's like we are going to be the epicenter of the next Skynet or the next InGen or the next Dune.
It'll
Yeah.
be called Bronet, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you realize that, in Star Trek, the Starfleet
Yes,
is centered in San
exactly.
Francisco.
Yeah.
So it's, we're just creating what we see in the movies,
God
really.
damn it.
So, but yeah, OpenAI was initially founded as a nonprofit in 2015, and they made this Dall-E, this image generator, originally released in 2021 in June, and it uses what I'm tripping over all of my words because I'm so excited about all of the things that I found, because like I could spend a week researching this shit. One of the things that this technology uses is called GPT-3. So it is a transformer model
sick.
used to
Transformers,
interpret
like
natural
Optimus Prime?
language. Yes, exactly. It's used to interpret natural language inputs, and the quality that's generated by the GPT is so high that it is difficult to determine whether or not it was written by a human. So this is essentially the independent / owned by Microsoft counterpart to Lambda.
Great. Awesome.
Really quick, Harlan, you did a whole speech about how last week you just wanted a break from world-ending technology.
Yeah.
Not gonna
And
happen.
we're back,
Not on
baby.
my
Listen,
watch,
man, I
motherfucker.
knew-
Back, baby.
I knew we would have one episode break, and then it's going to be like half a dozen of these before we get something that
Yeah.
we're all like, I actually like
Look,
Before
this.
Kyle's like, geocaching. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go on an adventure.
I promise the next time that I host, I will not do a world-ending thing. This one was
No
just like,
promises
it's been
from
on
me.
my radar for so
I was
long.
going to say, John, don't make promises you can't keep.
That's so true.
I'm not
So
making that
true.
promise. I have no idea what my topic is next week, but it's not thin.
Yeah. So Dall-E is a portmanteau, which is another favorite of the podcast, of Salvador Dall-E and Pixar's Wall-E, which, again, loving the really just foreshadowing of our future in that
I was
one.
gonna ask if it was one or the other, because I knew it was a play on words of Dall-E, like Salvador Dall-E, but I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if the E was maybe.
and
I
Wall-E.
wasn't sure if the E was like how we have email, which is just electronic mail,
Weird.
or if it was Wall-E. But thank you.
I thought it was maybe Dall-E.
No.
I did.
It's just because it is all image based and it is kind of mind melting. But
I did when
I love your use
it's like-
of the
it's like
Spanish double L.
Digital street to the road to the future. I don't know,
Right.
guys. That's where I was at.
I did read when you has sent that you were doing Dall-E in the group chat. There was no hyphen in between the last L and the E. And I did quickly read it as I'm talking about Dale. And I was like, who the fuck is Dale?
We're gonna talk about Dale.
Yeah. So Dall-E was first introduced in January of 2021, and it was limited to a 256 by 256 pixel square, which is important for a number of reasons, which I found out in all of this research. So this code essentially uses the Lambda counterpart that is generating language. It is a chatbot, so it is using all of the word knowledge that it has, as well as deep learning image libraries to create images based on the things that you suggest. So you have essentially, once you get access to this, a Google search bar basically that you put in words, and it will then use its deep learning and its algorithm and all of these things that it has going on with it to create that image or a series of images relating to the words that you've put in.
Is every time you do one of those CAPTCHA things that has like, hey, identify all the trucks or identify all the crosswalks, is this taking what I'm saying is that what's being used in some capacity for this, do you know?
I didn't find out anything directly related to that. I do know that CAPTCHAs are helping to basically to help mapping the world.
Oh,
that is
okay.
like what a lot of those things are, because you have to identify numbers and letters and like where stoplights are and that sort of thing. So a lot of that does help.
Okay, because I was gonna say,
Kyle, you're shaking your head.
I'm shaking my head because I hate it. I hate that it's
you are a tool, basically.
Well, I was
you
gonna
are
say-
literally a tool.
Google or Microsoft or whoever the fuck, they owe us money. We're doing free work for them, identifying all of these bicycles.
I need access. I need access to something, and they need to know where all the stoplights are, and I'm doing it I'm doing the work for them.
Yeah.
Like, guys,
Yeah.
come on, this is easy, dude.
What
Let's
the
fucking
fuck?
right there. Oh, this little corner in that next one, I'm gonna leave it unchecked.
Well,
Yeah.
then you can't get access to your email.
denied? Well, fuck me, dude. And then I have to go do it again. And did I just get us kicked out of YouTube for cussing within the first 20 minutes? Probably.
Who cares?
Uh,
Do we need them?
Fuck. Well,
A little bit.
Maybe. Sorry.
YouTube,
Sorry, YouTube.
Sorry, Google Daddy.
She daddy.
So Dall-E uses 12 billion parameter version of the GPT-3. So it has so many different things that it is feeding into and learning from and pulling from and all of this to create these images. And one of the things that I found out, because there was an incredible article that I'm going to reference a little bit further on in this, but it linked to a Google AI blog about some of the technology that is used to create these images, because I was, how did these things kind of like happen? Where do these images actually come from? Because, we've seen a lot of these things that have been circulating on Twitter and Instagram and all these things that are meme generated, but like, how does this shit happen? And it turns out that the pixel ratio has a big thing to do with it, and the fact that it is as large as it is, which, I mean, all things considered, is still quite small. So for instance, like Instagram's little square is 1080 by 1080. That's their pixel ratio, that square. So what the current version, well, actually there's a new version of Dall-E, but the original version of Dall-E is 252 by 252.
Got it.
So it's considerably smaller. But what goes into that is high fidelity image generation using a diffusion model. So basically what they're doing is creating these things, this like essentially like a growing version of an image. So you start out with something that is 64 pixels by 64 pixels and growing it to that larger image. And you've seen something that's really, really pixelated. It's super small, and it is like basically just all a whole bunch of squares. So 64 pixels by 64 pixels of like a picture of a person is not that detailed. It's really blurry. You can see all the square edges, all of that. And what these models that are doing that Google is working on is essentially like a step-by-step grow to fill in the blanks and teaching an AI to fill in those blanks.
I mean, that seems, I could be way fucking off. I'm a dummy. But really, it seems like how that's similar to how things like deepfakes work. Like you're just training.
100%, which is exactly what this is getting to.
So it's just filling in the blanks step by step by step by step.
Because the more that you feed it, the more it's going to understand of like what should be in those images. And so what they're doing is that they've done, multiple tests of like basically what they're calling a confusion rate from 16 by 16 pixels to 128 by 128 pixels, just purely on faces. And this is called an image super resolution. So that's what they're doing. They're like growing it from very, very small to just slightly bigger and learning as to how this is gonna like get bigger.
I love the use of the words growing. It makes me think that like, oh, you're just like you growing a little plant. Just gotta go water our AI to get that Pikachu that we're looking for.
Yep.
my big bad Tamagotchi.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's so bizarre.
So that is one of the things that goes into this, which is like just absolutely crazy to me. I love that is like how these images are created, because it fills in a big gap for me trying to think of like, where the fuck does this come from?
It's kind of wild. I saw one recently that someone was like, I typed the search criteria Lana Del Rey in Vietnam War smoking a cigarette or something like that. And it was like legitimately Lana Del Rey's face underneath like a Vietnam helmet with like a Lucky Strike like kind of thing in the thing, and her like smiling with like red lipstick, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? How did this happen?
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a bunch of different versions of it that are weird, but like there was one that was very like prominent, and it's like
on point.
Okay. So is there any like, I haven't used it. Is there any like voting thing where you can click on one of the panels and be like, that one was good, like good bot, like give it a cookie?
No, not that I've seen. It is on version 2 now. And I'm sure that has to do with the first round of people going through it. But yeah, the second version of Dall-E is the image resolution is now 1024 by 1024.
Oh wow!
And their newest features, what they're calling in-painting, which if you go onto their website, it will kind of showcase a little bit of like what that talks about. So it's basically like it will give you 2 images, and it will show you like if you want to include. So like one of the things was a kind of like an indoor pool looking very dreamy vibe, and it says if you want to include a flamingo in this, click where you would like to include it. And so the second image, wherever you click, will then showcase where that flamingo and how it is actually positioned shows up. And so it will replace one or more elements of the image, and
it's a second layer of like not, I don't want to use the word customization, but like direct, like you do this thing and direction. Now do this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. So it's getting more complex.
It can also take, it's understanding the relationship between objects, which is like
fucking wild.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
So also what you're telling me essentially is that art is officially dead.
It's not. It's taking on a new form, which I think is really one of the more interesting things about this. Like, if this technology is used for good, it can be very interesting to see what people do with it.
Well,
but also terrifying in the same way, because like one of the questions that got posed in my research that I was trying to look into this, it was like, who owns these images? Who owns this intellectual property once you create it? Like, are you the person that puts in this search query? Like, is that your IP? Is this like, are you taking what this computer generates? Like, could you know, say the same thing for like fucking splatter paint?
That's what I was
like,
gonna say.
You're using a tool, but like it's your input.
It's Dall-E, or the image generator is essentially your paintbrush.
Yeah.
Do you guys know, like,
Kyle?
I think it's like in RoboCop, or maybe it's in Iron Man 3, like when it always shows like the inside, one of the two. I don't know, guys.
Or Terminator. I think I know what you're about to say, though.
That age-old question.
When they do like camera views from inside the AI's like
Predator vision,
like view panel, yeah, like they do it in Predator. How like sometimes they go like it's identifying things in his periphery, like dog, do not shoot.
Yeah.
Criminal, apprehend,
murder.
Yeah.
If we're talking RoboCop, it's probably closer to that than it says.
But you know what I mean? It's like, I wonder if this thing, it could serve as like a training ground for like understanding, like being able to like take in inputs and like be like, oh, I see a red wall, brick wall. Okay, certain toughness to bust through like the Kool-Aid man. Like associating like all the information that we're
physical
giving it.
Attributes to that thing that it's identifying.
If we're tying images to words, and then they can use words to go against like a dictionary definition, or like, you know what I mean, like.
Sure.
Then you're as a robot, as an AI, a walking AI with like weapons, you're able to determine these things.
Oh, we really jumped ahead, huh?
Well,
now the AI
I was talking about RoboCop and
Scimitar.
Iron Man 3. Fucking Hammer Industries, dude. Come on. How was that? That wasn't a jump. I was right there the whole time. But
true.
I'm just saying, it's like we're training the future enforcers of our freedoms.
We do live in a police state.
there is that element, but there's also the element of that people are the people who are looking at this positively are saying that this will actually help train people to spot deep fakes and fake imagery and things that are AI generated. Because the more exposure you have to those things, the more you can identify.
And I will also say the flip side of Kyle's murder bot scenario is that on the flip side, it could also be one of those things where you could apply this to robotic surgery, right? To be able to identify things like ulcers, cancers, etc. And they would be able to ostensibly do the opposite of what you're saying, heal instead of hurt.
Or both.
Well, so there's actually another thing that I did find in this is that OpenAI also has just a way fucking less fun version of this,
Open
which
heart AI
essentially does the opposite. No, I mean it could be fun for some people.
Sure.
But it's called Clip, and basically it generates a description for a given image. So it's essentially like if you feed it enough imagery, it can identify things. And so like I saw, and I wish I had saved it, but somebody had made basically like a camera viewfinder to scan brain scans, and it would identify whether or not it had a tumor or not. And so it's that kind of same thing where you can generate like, what does a good blood cell look like? What does a bad blood cell look like? Like these things that then you can feed through an AI and then have fucking positive results instead of like
we all know the bad blood cell just has a knife. We all can identify.
Smoking a cigarette.
It's got sunglasses on.
It's wearing acid wash jeans
and a leather jacket.
It says T-Birds on it.
Yeah. Those are some bad blood cells.
And he's trying to sell you drugs, kids. Don't take the blood drugs.
Yeah. So I mentioned how I was very upset that I had not received my invite to Dall-E just yet. As of June 15th, Dall-E only has 10,217 people that have been admitted to it. they're trying to scale up. They want to now invite at least 1,000 people a week, but it's still like very early days into this. But
what's holding them back from opening up more?
It's probably just fucking vetting people and their badness.
Right. Okay. Sure.
Honestly, good on them to hold the fucking floodgates back. Once you do get in, you have to agree to their content policy, which is dedicated. Like, it's meant to prevent a lot of the very bad things that people are supposed to, or that could come from such an insane tool. But also, I have to say quickly that OpenAI, one of their co-founders was Elon Musk. He's not there anymore. He left in 2018. So there is like a little like
took his money and ran.
Yeah, but there's also like, you know, the things that you have to agree to. He is like actively fighting against at Twitter. So like things like they have listed on their website on the disclaimers, preventing harmful generations. So we've limited the ability for Dall-E 2.0 to generate violent, hateful, or adult imagery by removing the most explicit content from the training data. We've minimized Dall-E 2's exposure to these concepts. We also use advanced techniques to prevent photorealistic generations of real individuals' faces, including those of public figures.
Cool.
So they're trying to actively go against deepfakes.
Right. Don't tell Jordan Peterson or Ben Shapiro that they have a TOS that doesn't want harmful shit on it, because both of their heads will explode simultaneously.
That's fine. They're currently distracted by the concept of Elliot Page.
I know.
They can't do anything right now. They're
actually. Wait, do tell them about this so that their heads explode. God, get rid of those two insufferable pricks.
But okay, I do want to do a little callbacks to some other episodes.
Sure,
so
yeah,
we've talked about how the shepherds of other AIs have either intentionally fed horrible things to AIs to see what will happen, or have failed to properly protect AIs and had to scrap them overall, or just fed them sick death metal to make badass fucking...
Shout out DataBots. What's up, guys?
What's up?
You know what I mean? But it's in this scenario, if they have kept it to 10,000 people so far, and so far everyone is mostly adhering and like working within versions and able to like actually control the inputs and filter out the bad queries and everything. If they actually are doing due diligence, this could be really cool.
Yeah.
This could be really cool.
Yeah. I'll quickly go through the other two that are listed on the website of their like disclaimers. One is curbing misuse. Our content policy does not allow for users to generate violent, adult, or political content, among other categories. We don't generate images. Our filters identify text prompts and image uploads that may violate our policies. We also have automated and human monitoring systems to guard against misuse. And then another one, which is phased deployment on based learning. We've been working with external experts and are previewing Dall-E 2 to a limited number of trusted users who will help us learn about the technology's capabilities and limitations. And then we plan to invite more people to our technology once the research improves.
Sure.
So there are those things that are listed on their website, which help kind of understand why the rollout has been so slow. Also, like just basically what we just said, testing the waters.
Right.
I will share a couple images that this particular article from The Verge was going over. This one that I'm sending you now, which is the first look at a search results for, quote, a bear economist in front of a stock market crashing digital art.
I love that. Yeah, that's
so
great.
It's very
that's very on
cartoonish.
Point.
It's
a bear market. Get it?
Yes, it's a bear with a tie on. He's very upset.
One of these is extremely expressive to like Disney.
Yeah.
Second bottom left.
Yeah, I love that guy.
That one's brutal.
He's about
actually.
to fucking jump out a 35-story window, though.
Yeah,
maybe
you can sense the crisis.
You can sense the crisis.
Yeah.
So
he's thinking about his cubs.
Here comes the second one, and this is gonna illustrate my point here. A bull economist in front of a graph with a surging stock market with upline synthwave digital art.
This one is terrifying.
This one gets me fired up.
So
I want to throw my money into the stock market.
The point that I'm showing you between these two that this article from The Verge is talking about is capturing emotion Which,
Crazy.
You can see that there's a very drastic difference between the two in terms of lighting, in terms of just overall mood. But it is like they are.
This is the bear's boss.
Yeah, this is essentially the Dall-E giving you emotion of what it thinks it should be showing you.
Because, like, if you spend any time reading stock blogs or anything too, and you're listening to people who claim to be bears or bulls based on what, on whatever current stocks there are that they're talking about,
Shitcoin.
It's actually wild. These images like actually convey the personality types and like what it's like to be invested in either one of these stocks for either short term or long term, and the energy that goes along with it.
I'm sorry, I can't stop looking at bottom second to last. That bull's got 3 legs, my man. He's got 3 hind legs, and it's fucking freaking me out. And I wish it was higher resolution.
Some fucking Cthulian shit.
Some Lovecraft shit
is coming.
He's also holding his tail in a very sassy way.
He's gonna whip you
looks
with
like
it.
a microphone. He's about to do some sick 3-legged karaoke.
This last one that I'm going to send you is illustrating Dall-E's problem solving. So the search query for this one is, let's see. It is a delicious cinnamon bun with googly eyes. And so...
Okay. I'm trying to picture in my head before I see it and see how close it gets.
Oh no!
So Dall-E had to figure out what exactly googly eyes meant to it and where to put them and how to make it look like on a cinnamon bun. And in some cases, it was actually mini cinnamon buns.
I did not, in my mind, picture that, and I want to make cinnamon buns that have tiny cinnamon bun eyeballs. This is fucking the most adorable thing. It's got real, like, Marcel the Shell vibes.
Big Marcel the Shell vibes.
What's he grabbing?
So, I recently bought a bag of googly eyes.
It's just got googly eyes.
They're just hanging out over there. I have it on my speaker over here.
For what purpose?
Because they're fun.
I have.
Do
like
you not like fun?
I
have
like
a
fun.
monitor over there, and I just like put it on there because it has like a big like circle where the speaker mouth is. I was like,
oh yeah, what's that called?
And I'm like, that looks like it needs eyes. So now, right over there, I've got a big speaker that has a big mouth and eyes now. But I could use these bad boys on
pareidolia. It's got pareidolia.
Yeah,
it looks like a face.
Yeah, so I'll start by decorating. You keep going. I'm just gonna keep decorating this.
Okay, yeah, it's clearly craft time at the Luck House.
Yeah, perfect time for it.
Yeah, excellent.
on this half visual medium.
Thank you so much for this. So I think that what Dall-E is doing is pretty crazy. And I did find another article by a fella called Matt Bell, who basically tested the legitimacy of these images. So he had access to Dall-E and basically did a Facebook test of whether or not people would believe his images. And so what he did is he said on Facebook, he said, we had a wonderful time on our last day in Rotan and went scuba diving and came across this cavern and found these dolphins and all these things, and posted some 26 photos, and then at the end of it, like, had people sort of take a poll after going through it. And images created by Dall-E have a little watermark down in the bottom right hand corner, which are, oh my god, Kyle.
he's put googly eyes on his
the water
fucking
bottle.
hydro flask.
It has like a little, basically like a color bar at the bottom to show you that it was created by Dall-E. That's
Got
kind
it.
of a thing that happens.
Like a protection.
Yes.
Like a protection.
Okay, so you're not getting tricked into just some asshole not actually using it.
Yeah, and so then after that, Matt revealed that 4 of the images that he had included in this were, I mean, pretty innocuous. It was like a fish, a lobster under a rock, and then someone scuba diving. But all of them looked, very legitimate, that they were fake. And basically polled people before revealing that, like, if they saw anything weird about it. which is just kind of wild to see that he said that 83% of the people who answered the survey missed that there was something different about those images.
Crazy.
Can I just say that
yeah.
lobster under a rock sounds like an egg dish, like eggs in a frame or something?
Yeah, I would eat that.
Sounds like lobster and oysters.
What would
Like
the rock be?
Eggs in a half shell? I don't know.
Potato?
It sounds terrible.
I was thinking that it would just be the
We're all
oyster
just a big sack of potatoes.
Exactly. Excellent callback.
Incredible.
So I think that there are some crazy things with Dall-E, but what we have all seen and what we're incredibly familiar with is Dall-E Mini, which was created by Boris Dema, a Texas-based computer engineer. He did it as an entry in a coding competition.
Oh, it's not part of the other.
No, completely separate. He actually got
I
served
didn't
with
know
like
that.
a little bit of a cease and desist, and so it is now called Craiyon, which Craiyon, obviously AI.
God.
Because
Wow, that's a stretch.
OpenAI wanted fucking nothing to do with it because they don't allow access to it, and he basically did this thing like on a whim. The images are incredibly low resolution, and I mean, we've all seen them. They're kind of shit. I mean, if you look at the difference between a Dall-E true generated image and the Dall-E Mini, there's vast differences.
Yeah.
But the thing with Dall-E Mini is that they're fun and everybody can use it right now. So memes abound.
Yeah,
Yes.
these are incredible. I've been looking
Many,
at
many
them
memes.
for a moment now.
Yeah,
just
there's an
open up-
entire subreddit called Weird Dall-E, which I will just rattle off some of the search queries here, and you can let your mind fill in the fucking gaps. A U.S. patent of Dwayne Johnson's head, a happy toaster having a bubble
hang on. We
bath.
can't just fly by these.
You want me to get them for you? I'll get them
That
for
is
you.
not enough time for me to wrap my head around what the U.S. patent for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's head looks like.
I'll give it to you. Here you go.
Whoa, dude.
Here we go, baby.
I'm going to need these for the video. We got to show these to the people.
Holy shit.
You know, I don't know why I thought it would look anything other than an Easter Isles statue head.
That's what it looks
Yeah.
like. That's exactly what it looks like. You could not have said something better.
Since this is an audio medium, I'm only going to do a couple of them.
Right, totally.
So let's see. We've got this one, which is
Stephen Hawking absolutely
like
dominating the American Ninja Warrior course.
That's really good.
These are
This
like
one, which is-
Mad Libs.
yeah, denim teeth,
Oh, fuck, dude, I hate it.
and then finally Gordon Ramsay working at a McDonald's. But I mean, they get so crazy. I mean,
my
like
God,
there's
dude.
another one that's Elmo being tried at the Nuremberg trials. So they just go, they go all over the place, man. And I think like this is what this exact technology was meant for. Creating bullshit that we never would have thought existed.
I love the Nuremberg one. He's the only person in color.
Yes. I think at the end of this, at the end of my research, I kind of like came out of like what I thought was going to be a very doom-centered dystopian vibe with
Right.
like, kind of a lot of like hope and like interest for what people will create with this, because like at the end of the day, it is kind of an art tool, and like it is something that like one of the articles I came across was talking about just stock image creation.
Yeah.
Like you can like if you need this for an art project, or you need this, like something that will have these things, like you can create the exact image that you need, which like as a designer I can absolutely identify with, like scrolling through thousands of pages of bullshit and never finding the image that I want.
Yeah.
So I think like it could lend itself to a lot of different things. It's kind of cool.
Well, and even just looking at like the Dall-E or the Craiyon images, is that like I used to draw more when I was younger, and as I got older, that skill just kind of fell by the wayside, and I am not good at it. And so there's a lot of people that are like not great at either pencil or paint or whatever. And you can now, if you have a thought in your head, like denim teeth, you can go plug that prompt in and get denim teeth.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Like, for people who for the fucking psychos out there that want to see denim teeth, you can make that a reality now. And that's incredible.
One of my first searches that I did with this was I wanted an image of a burrito drawn by Ralph Steadman. And if I had the image, I would share it with you, but it was exactly what I wanted it to be.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, I looked up, a quick Google search of some of the stuff that who are these people that are thinking about these types of art, this art that they want? Frankenstein doing stand-up comedy. What?
Yeah,
I would never in a million years think about it, and it's fucking just as incredible as you would think.
Yeah, one of the ones was security camera footage of Darth Vader stealing a unicycle. Fucking just stream of consciousness filling in the blanks.
That's pretty
you
fucking
would never
fantastic.
think of.
I think this one is probably one of my favorites. Is Karl Marx GTA 5 loading screen.
Oh shit! I actually saw some other GTA 5 loading screen prompts.
It's just Karl Marx holding a gun at the camera. It's fucking awesome.
Do you guys want to? I know once again this is not a visual medium, or it is if you watch on YouTube, people.
These prompts alone are comedy gold, though, to hear.
Yeah.
Do you
no,
guys?
I mean, this is theater of the mind at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. You don't even need Dall-E Mini to fucking provide the image, man.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm saying. What if we each right now on the spot come up with a Dall-E Mini search criteria that Harlan you can put in on the.
Oh
on
God.
the video?
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, you guys go first. I gotta just think of a bunch of random words in my head.
Okay, I got one already right now. Ready? Toucan Sam eating directly out of the Jif peanut butter jar.
Okay, like jar over
with
the
his,
snout.
with his bird feathers, just getting in there.
Okay, using
You
the
know what I mean?
feathers. Yeah. I just thought of one, and it's on the same lines as denim teeth, which is keyboard made of teeth. So hopefully,
my God.
hopefully you're seeing that image on YouTube right now. John, you got one?
Yeah. Let's see. Mr. Peanut.
Okay, a good start.
Testifying in a custody hearing.
Is Baby Nut there too? I hope Baby Nut shows up.
Yeah.
I honestly don't even need to fucking even see the Dall-E Mini. It's just like
It's perfect.
That's incredible, John.
Oh, fuck, dude. All right, well, for anybody listening to just the audio, if you really want to see these, you know where to
Head on
go.
over to YouTube, baby.
Yeah, get in there, baby.
Yeah, and if you've made it this far, we're a 20K Leagues pod on everything.
Yes.
Go and find us.
Yeah.
And good luck out there.
Good luck out there with Dall-E Mini. Or, Craiyon.
Make some art. Sign up for the wait list, and they say that they're going to let in 1,000 people a week starting this month. So
Yeah, that's awesome. All right.
Yeah. Bye.
And everyone wanted to know which president was the true throat goat. And
Okay, I do remember this.
And they are all some sort of eldritch monsters of yore, right?
Yes.
She was also selling videos of her farting in the jar.
I hate this so much. I hate everything about this.
yeah.
Security store.